Shalom, shalom. This is Sister Abigail with a little video about what I'm doing to prepare for maybe some kind of food shortage, and also how to increase your health. But first, the Shema. Shema Yisrael Yahuwah Eloheinu Yahuwah Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Hear Israel, Yahweh is our Elohim, Yahweh is one. Blessed be his glorious name for all eternity. So, this is what I want to show you. I have been making sprouts. I started when I was just a girl. I was only 16 years old making sprouts. And I want to show you how simple it is to actually make sprouts in your own home. And this is just an impromptu video. I haven't practiced or rehearsed, but I want to show you. So this is a jar, this is a bowl full of sprouts that I sprouted the other day, and these are all ready to go and ready to eat. As you can see, they're nice and green, they're nice and fresh, and what I did was I put some you can use a cloth, like a washcloth or a paper towel, just to soak up the moisture. And I put them on top of that into this little storage container, and I keep those in the refrigerator. Here is a jar of, I think that one is kale and one is broccoli. But here's another one that I have on the go. They're not quite ready to go. They need to sit in the sun or in the light. So I'm going to put those in the light tomorrow morning. I'll show you my little setup here. I have this plastic container with this kind of a lid in the bottom of the container. It's got stains in there because of the lid has left a little bit of stain, but you can see that. And what I do is I rinse my sprouts twice a day after they have soaked for one overnight, and I just put that. That's my setup. You can use a bowl or any way you can think of to put your sprouts on it, your jar on an angle so that the water will drain. Here is a jar that I had soaking overnight, and I threw away that soak water, and I rinsed them off again and shook the water out, and I turned it upside down into another plastic container. You can use whatever you want. You can use a glass container, but the important thing is that they don't sit in water. I have these special lids with stainless steel mesh to drain the water. It's a very simple thing. Hold it under the tap, fill it with water, pour the water out, give it a shake, and then turn it upside down into your vessel to drain in a dark place. Now I'll show you the type of seeds. I have this, which I've been keeping in the freezer. I'll hold it up. The company that I got this from is called sproutmaster.com, and this is a premium mix. I've had it for several years. I keep it in the freezer, so they're viable. They're still viable. They've got beautiful sprouts. This is red clover, alfalfa, broccoli, basil, arugula, and canola. And here is a jar of lentils, which I got from omfoods.com, Organic Matters. And you can also sprout them and use them fresh and crunchy and delicious, raw. Or you can, if you don't eat all raw foods, then you can stir fry them just like you would bean sprouts. Here is another company, which is called Mums. Here's kale. And here is broccoli. Here's a jar of alfalfa, which I keep in the freezer, labeled alfalfa. And here are some sunflower seeds, which I haven't tried. These have to be grown in organic potting soil. So anyway, that's what I do. You can buy these lids that go into your canning jar. Or another alternative, this is an old sauerkraut jar. And here's just a piece of mesh. You can use that, or cut up an old, some kind of a mesh. You can use J-cloths. You can use cheesecloth and just an elastic band. And you put that in there. You just put that on there with an elastic band like that. And that works too. I've done that too. And that's fine. See? Just like that. You put in, for a jar like that, I would put in 1 tablespoon only of, if you're using alfalfa or any of these other seeds, 1 tablespoon of seeds. Soak it overnight. Pour the water off. Rinse the seeds again. Pour that water off and put your jar upside down so that the water will drain off. Do that twice a day until you can see the nativity leaves, like that. They're yellow. And once you see that, the next day, put them in the light. Make sure you don't put it in too bright sunshine, or else they will dry up and be no good. And you will end up with these lovely sprouts, nice and green and fresh and crunchy and delicious. And they're good for smoothies. You can eat them in salads, or use your imagination, put them on a sandwich. And that is my plan for eating fresh and trying to keep my health really good for these coming days, these end days. And so that is what I am going to do, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a blessed day. And please send me a message if you want some more information. I will put the links in the description box of places where I have purchased seeds and the seeds that I use. And I hope you have a lovely day. Shalom, shalom.